Hello, hey everyone. Good to see you guys once again. Sampath here. Uh, can I get a hi from everyone who is here? And we have Jake with me.
Hey everyone.
Guys, can I get a hi? Like whoever is here. Hey Anil. Hey Suren. Hey Dan. Good to see you guys. Okay, so I will let Jake run the show for you guys. We are going to have a live campaign set up by Jake. He will walk us through setting up a campaign to sell your SaaS or software through Facebook ads, like I mentioned. Hey, Neil. So before that, a quick question. A quick question and a suggestion. If you have any questions that you want to ask, please write it down somewhere in your notepad or in a piece of paper, and we will have a Q&A session after the walkthrough gets over by Jake. Is that right, Jake? Is that good?
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. And before we get started, do you have any kind of like set expectations of what you are trying to learn out of this webinar that will help us to make this webinar more interactive and more helpful for everyone?
Yeah. So how I usually like to, I guess, teach people more or less is I like to lay out a lot of fundamentals. So I know some people here are in SaaS, and some people are in different businesses, but I'm really going to lay out the fundamentals. So I'm not going to show you directly how to do it, but more or less the fundamentals. So you can take it into any kind of business, and then I'll answer direct questions at the end for your specific business. Does that make sense?
Yeah, sounds good to me. How about you guys? Hey, Mayank, good to see you. And big thanks to Mayank. Without you, I wouldn't have come to know about Jake. So big thanks to you.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, thanks.
So let's get going. If you guys have like specific expectations of what you would like to learn out of this webinar, keep them coming in the chat. And all the questions, please hold it. Bot marketing so that we can put Zo convert to better use. Yeah, makes sense. Hey, Karthik. Good to know. Good to see you here. So yeah, bot marketing, good. We will that will be the second half of the webinar. Is that right, Jake? First half will be to setting up the Facebook ads, and the next half would be to cover how to cut down the cost using bots.
So just maybe a survey quick. Are you guys actually wanting a screen share to use the business manager, or really just really an overall mindset? And kind of what I was going to lay out was how to set up an actual funnel and my mindset behind setting up the funnel. Because I know a lot of people can just basically look up on YouTube how to set up like ads in business manager or actual funnels. But I wanted to kind of lay out my thought process behind actually setting up a brand new campaign and funnel, and kind of my marketing mindset that goes behind it. So you guys wanting to learn that, or the actual practicality of stuff of setting it up in Business Manager?
Okay.
Fundamentals. Okay.
Fundamentals become funnels. Okay, both if possible.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I can do that, and then we'll get deeper into the subject, obviously, and then if I have to do a screen share, I can do that as well, right? Just to help everyone out, right? So a bit of background about myself actually would be nice. I've been running Facebook ads specifically for about 1.5 years. I've been into marketing for about 3 years. And I've gotten to the point where I can really break down any niche, any product and service, and really just make the funnel and marketing work. And it comes down to a lot of fundamentals of marketing, which isn't the sexiest thing, but you have to really understand these fundamentals. So I want to first break down really the keys to success to any marketing campaign and marketing in general. So you first have to know your customer very, very deeply. And this is their pain points, desires, the lingo they use, meaning the words they use, their frustrations are, basically a perfect customer avatar. This seems very basic, but it's very, very important in marketing. And it's literally how I can walk into any niche, any product or service, and learn it within a couple of days and basically sell it online. So what you have to do is basically see what kind of problems and frustrations, I guess, your software or your product solves, and then find a pool of customers who have a pain point or problem you can solve that for. So that's the fundamentals, is really laying down what your software can do, how it can help people in the marketplace. The other thing is you have to know your competition. So specifically, you have to know what your competition is doing right now that's selling and what they're doing to help those pain points and problems in the marketplace, essentially. Once you know that as well, you need to know your lifetime value of your customer. And once you know that, you can properly track your KPIs or key performance indicators in your marketing campaign. Next, what you want to do is run paid traffic to rapidly test and get feedback from the market. So where most people make the mistake is they try to use free traffic methods, and it ends up taking you like 1 to 3 months sometimes to just get market feedback to see if you need to work on your software, if you're targeting the right customer, if your sales page is off, if your marketing message is off, right? So those are really the fundamentals. I'm going to overlay that again. You have to know your customer deeply, their pain points, desires, the words they use, the lingo, so they can trust you, understand you, where they feel like that you can understand them, you can actually help them. 2, know your competition and what they're doing already that's working and how they're helping your customers. 3, know the lifetime value of your customer, so how much a customer is worth to you, so you can actually market correctly and know what numbers to hit, cost per click, cost per lead, etc. Then also, it's very important to either learn it yourself or hire somebody to run traffic, so you can get very fast market feedback. So these bigger companies, why they can grow so fast is they're able to rapidly put an idea out there or test something and drive traffic to it, and then see if it's making them money, converting, and if it's not. And based off that, they can make tweaks, where a lot of companies are trying to do all these tweaks with free methods, and it just takes forever. So just based off that, does that kind of all make sense, just the fundamentals I laid out? Can you just maybe type in the chat box just so I have a good idea? Okay, awesome. And most of you guys have a software, I assume, right? Is that mainly your business model?
About software, does it also count people who are being affiliates of certain software? Does that count or no?
Yes. So I'm going to be going over actual software funnel right now, but the fundamentals are basically for all marketing in general, and it's kind of the base of marketing. So whenever I get into a new market, a new niche, or a new product or service, these are the exact steps I go over to market effectively, is to basically know the customer deeply. So I make a customer avatar. I study my competition. I know the lifetime value of the customers, so I know how to hit key performance indicators, and then I test with paid traffic.
Got you. Okay. So guys, if you're also into marketing as an affiliate marketer promoting other software, this could be, you can say yes.
Yeah, or even just type in what business you have, just so I know a better idea of who I'm talking to, and then obviously I can answer your very direct questions at the end.
Great. Okay.
Oh, real estate. I actually have some real estate in Canada. I have a duplex.
Oh, nice.
I know quite a bit of real estate agents in Canada.
Hey, Victor. Guys,
okay. So I'm going to break down the actual funnel now. And a lot of people are really personal branding right now. Okay, cool. So I just want to break down what an actual funnel is and what the point of it is. So a lot of people get confused on what they should expect from their first funnel. And this is what I always try to do, is you want to just get a basic funnel set up, drive paid traffic through it, and just break even. So the whole point of that is you have a proven concept. If you have something where you can do a paid advertisement and get traffic through it, you know the funnel is working at least, and that's the hardest part, is just getting a working funnel. Once that happens, you can start fixing the leaks in the funnel more or less. So you can start optimizing your ad in the front end, your sales page, your landing page, things like that. So what this software, well, I'm gonna just lay out a funnel for the software. An actual offer for this funnel is going to be to get people to sign up for a 7-day to a 30-day trial for your software. So this is very, very common for softwares in general, and it's something that works out, and it works very well to convert people. So the biggest factor with softwares is showing them you can provide value very clearly and making it very, very easy to get into the software initially. And then to keep the customer, you really have to educate them on how the software can help them get them to their goals and solve their pain points. And it has to be easy to use, and it has to be obviously be worth more than you're charging, right? So the funnel is going to be a lead magnet, then a landing page, a sales page, or your home page for your software. The home page will basically be like a sales page, though. It's going to put them to a free trial offer, and then you're going to nurture them through email marketing and retargeting advertisements. So I'm going to break down each one of those steps, but does everyone understand just the sequence and steps I'm putting them through there? Just so we're on the same page and I don't get too far ahead of myself.
Yes, I do.
Yes, yes, yes. Awesome. Okay. So a lot of people make a big mistake in the lead magnet too. And this is basically the first step. And this is going to attract a lot of your potential buyers. So in this lead magnet, this is why it's so important to know your customer avatar. And all the lead magnet's going to be is going to be a PDF, a guide, or a cheat sheet. You basically want it to be something very easy to digest, and it's going to solve a very, very specific pain point for your perfect ideal customer for your software. So what you want to do in the advertisement is basically call out that audience in the first line of your advertisement with a specific pain point, and basically just give them that lead magnet that's going to solve the problem. So after you do, say, a Facebook ad, basically doing just that, you take them to the landing page, and all you want with the landing page is to basically almost copy the advertisement and make it very, very clear with really just one focus that, hey, I'm going to solve your pain point. Put your information here to get the PDF, cheat sheet, or guide. The thing you don't want to do with your lead magnet is make it way too hard to digest or just something that can't take action on. So ebooks are pretty popular. I don't like them too much because I usually just download them and just sit on my computer. Video courses can be good, but they're a little bit too long. So if you do a video, just make it one super quick video and straight to the point. And this is why you need to know your perfect customer. It has to be something that's going to basically solve the problem. If it actually solves the problem, they're going to gain trust with you and then listen to your sales message on the next page, essentially, or just overall, they'll come back to your software. So the next that works very well for softwares is the sales page, or a lot of people use the home page for the software. But the home page is basically still structured like a sales page. And the key points to really take away from this is your customer must fully understand your software, what it does, how it can help them fix the pain points, and get them to the end game or the desires. That's why it's so important to know your customer avatar, is because you have to structure it so you know the pain points and desires, and then you link it to your software and how it can help them solve it. So you're going to find there's different pools of customers. It is for every marketplace and every product. There's pools of customers with pain points and desires. And you need to study each of those in order to create lead magnets or different angles to market your software. So a good sales page for softwares that I really like personally is a quick sales video, well, a headline at the top, basically saying the problem, and then a sales video, maybe between, I would say, 2 to 3 minutes, really calling out the prospect, explaining all the problems and pain points, and then showing exactly how your software does that by a quick demo or just like an animation or something. The things with these are make them short, really to the point, and really clear how you can help them. And you're going to build more value when you offer them the free trial. And this is what makes it a no-brainer, is you're basically saying, you know the customer deeply, you already gave them something for free, now they listen to your sales message and you say, hey, I can help you more, and now it's going to be risk-free. Usually depends on your software. Once again, everyone's pricing structure is differently and depends what your software does. Usually a 7-day to 30-day trial for software works really, really well. So you want to do maybe a 7-day trial, risk-free. They're going to try it. And then you want to make the sign-up period for the free trial to be very, very easy. So it's either going to be like just an email, username and password in the back end of the software. They can sign up with a Google account or a Facebook account. You don't want to make it like that scheduled demo call or anything, because those can be very, very tricky to convert. But once again, it depends on your complexity of your software. If it's a pretty complex software that needs a demo call, what I prefer to do is just have it so they sign up quickly and then give them the option to schedule a demo call, but have really good explainer videos in the software itself. Does that make sense so far? Because I'm going to keep diving deeper into it. Just maybe type in the chat box yes or any questions right now if I can address. Okay, awesome. So say you have, the demo calls usually aren't that good. I find that for a lot of stuff. Even I use a lot of softwares myself. You see demo calls are pretty popular with CRMs and stuff because of they're trying to get the whole sales team involved. If you do a demo call, it increases obviously the, what should I say, the likelihood of the person becoming an actual long-term client, which for CRMs, that's good because if you get into a CRM, they stay for a long period of time. So that's why they always schedule demo calls and stuff like that. So if your customer lifetime value is huge, yeah, build that value, get in a demo call, and really see what the pain points are and the desires are, and link it to your CRM or software, right? That's the only time I really do demo calls. Other than that, it's just kind of a waste of people's time and your own time, and it's hard to scale. So I'm going to also go over what happens, or actually how to convert them into a paying customer, the biggest kind of key factors. So the biggest thing with software is it has to be very easy, seamless, so the user's, I guess, experience, but you need to continue to educate them on how to use the software. And within the first couple of days is when you're going to either keep them or lose them. So what I really like is really short explainer videos. Don't make them like 5 to 10 minutes. Make them almost like 1 to 3 minutes, really short and to the point on very specific things in your software, so they don't get too overwhelmed. So when they're trying to do each step, they can watch a quick video and do it. So they're not watching like a half-an-hour video and trying to learn the whole software. We're giving them little bite-sized pieces, and then they're going to start seeing more value and more value out of the software, right? For softwares as well, I forget what you call it, just the chat support that pops up all the time in softwares. That has to be very, very good to keep them long-term. ClickFunnels does an amazing job at this. I highly recommend you just check out their software. They did an amazing job on it. Just check out their support and how fast they respond. All the explainer videos they have, it's just really nicely set up to really, it's so easy to use, and you can learn how to use it within a couple of days. That's what you want to aim for, right? Sometimes at the start, it's good to have like a phone person to customer support. So I don't think ClickFunnels really has that because once again, it's hard to scale. But at the start, it might be good just so you can see the problems in your software from the user experience and fix it. That's why it's good to get really good live customer feedback, right? Another point, just off the beaten path a little bit, is all the pain points and desires to your pool of customers are almost never going to be unique. All pain points and desires in marketplaces are always a mass thing. So once you hear from a couple of people, chances are it's a mass problem or pain point you can really dig into. Next, I want to basically go over if the customer doesn't convert in the sales page, you now have the email, so you can nurture them through the email, build trust, credibility, and educate them on how you can help them with their pain points and problems through email. And then if they don't convert, obviously, in the sales video or even the landing page, you just retarget them with advertisements based off your pixel, right? So based off that, does that make sense? I'm going to get into a little bit of chatbots too, but it's basically the same funnel you would use. Does that make sense, guys? Okay. And I want to get into the advantages of the chatbots. So people tend to overthink this and then think they have to make a crazy funnel with these chatbots. So I like simplicity for the reason is if something goes wrong, there's only 2 or 3 things I have to look at to make the funnel start converting, opposed to if you have these huge complex funnels, it's like 50 things you got to look at to change and make the funnel working. So start off simple and then start adding it up once everything's smooth and you're converting and making a huge return on your investment. Even then, if it's making a huge ROI, I don't really suggest changing it. So just make your funnel simple, to the point, so you can optimize it for conversions. So with chatbot, it's been a big talk for a lot of people. And here are the big advantages of chatbots is one, it builds more trust and it's way more personal than email. As most of you guys know, you probably get tons of emails in your inbox. It's not very personable. It's just kind of like a text. And the open rates are really shitty, to be honest. With chatbots, the open rates are as much as 80%, which is amazing. And when you run an advertisement for a chatbot, it increases your organic traffic. So a lot of people structure chatbot ads. They'll say, okay, instead of click a button, it'll be a comment on the post, and I'll send it to you to your inbox. So say it's a free PDF. Somebody might comment like free PDF, and then your chatbot will send them a free PDF in their inbox. So when they comment on that, it gets organic traffic because all their friends see that they commented on the chatbot, right? So then you get more organic traffic that way. The other thing about the chatbots too, which I like, well, I guess a disadvantage, is it's not really the best, I think, for long copy or long text. It's really good for short reminders or just short kind of giveaways or just kind of like very short messages. Opposed to email, it's more of an old school way. I'm not sure if you guys study copywriting at all. When you used to mail copy, it's basically like a personal letter, and you could sell them through a whole page of copy. Same with email. You have so much space to sell them and convince them to buy your product and build trust and credibility. Opposed to these chatbots, no one's going to scroll through and read through the whole Facebook message if it's like 1,000 characters, right? And it's all clumped together. You can't really space it that well, I think. So what I like doing is sending personal videos, and it's almost like a video sales message, like 1 to 2 minutes, so I can get in a lot more information, a lot more value. It's a lot more trustable. I mean, a lot more trust is built, a lot more personal. And that's the way I like doing chatbots, is with videos. And then also, anytime I go live, I do chatbots as well. And what I recommend chatbots, if you're completely new to funnels and marketing and just trying to set up a basic funnel, don't use chatbots. It's just adding another confusion kind of thing into what you have to deal with. It's something that's good if you know marketing and sales right now. And then you keep adding it on. So if you're struggling with the techie stuff, which is Business Manager and ClickFunnels, I wouldn't worry about it right now because you can still make a very profitable funnel with a regular funnel. Like I still use regular funnels all the time. I'm just getting into the chatbots now, as obviously there's a lot of advantages to them, but they're not like the holy grail to marketing still, right? So does that all make sense? I'm going to kind of do a little bit of a summary and then kind of maybe a Q&A. No questions? Okay.
Yeah. So thanks for that, Jake. We have some questions coming in. Anil is asking for any recommended chatbots.
Oh, any recommended chatbots? ManyChat is the one I use. So with ManyChat, I can just type it in. I think it's just manychat.com.
Yeah, it is.
So with ManyChat, it kind of works like an email autoresponder. So you can make a sequence. So say and make different lists as well. So say you run an advertisement for this free PDF, you can make a list in ManyChat saying free PDF, and then you can send a message out automatically, obviously. And then you can have it set up so 2 days later it sends out maybe like a video of yourself or another message. And then you can make a sequence like an autoresponder so it keeps sending out messages. And then also you can make different lists. So maybe you have one for your software, maybe you have one for your personal brand, maybe you have one for, it's like a different lead magnet. So you can separate your list, right? Jesus. So the key is to, so that's what this question is, considering that Facebook is more personal, wouldn't people actually be hesitant to subscribe to messenger notifications as well, assuming that there might be spam there as well? So yeah, that's a good point. That's why sometimes it depends on your market and niche for ManyChat. And it depends on your market sophistication and awareness too. I don't want to get too much into that, but it works out better because people always open their messages. That's the whole point of it. Email can get lost easily, and people always put fake emails in and stuff, right? With ManyChat, at least it's going right to the inbox. So if they don't want to get spammed, they can actually unsubscribe. So sometimes people get their free PDF or whatever the lead magnet is, then just unsubscribe, okay? That happens with email too. But the whole point is the people who want to be on your list, the open rate's insane, like 70, 80%, right? Which is obviously what you want to do. The whole point is you want them to read your sales message. And if they don't read your sales message, you can never sell them, right? So yeah, ManyChats, once again, it's a tool you can use, but don't think you need it, right? There's a lot of advantages to it, but it's not, once again, like the holy grail to marketing. So if there's any more questions, I want to kind of go over a quick summary just to kind of, because I know I kind of fed you guys a lot of information there. Okay, sweet. So really the key points I really want to drive home. Let's just answer this last question.
Okay, if the
customer does not have Messenger, can they use, or can they still use a chat? Basically, anybody on Facebook has Messenger, right? So it's just going to send to their inbox. So if they see your ad on Facebook, the Messenger bot's going to work, right? So this point I really want to drive home. And once again, I'm always about fundamentals and really teaching you more or less the fundamentals of marketing so you can understand marketing better, opposed to giving you just a funnel or like do this, do that kind of thing, right? So the biggest key for any kind of market is to know your customer deeply. And I always keep emphasizing that, but I mean like know what TV shows they watch, how they talk, who they follow on YouTube, Facebook, what softwares and apps they use, what they're worried about every day, what they're scared of, what they're, everything. So you can use that in your marketing directly. And you can also use it for your targeting as well. So a lot of keys to Facebook targeting is knowing your customer deeply and doing very unique targeting. So say if you want to target a specific job title, most people will just type in that job title and that's how they target. And that's literally what everybody's doing. And it's going to cost you a lot. So what you can do is you can do that job title, and then depending on your demographic, you can layer it with another interest. So you know it's this job title, but I also know they follow this type of person, and that's my perfect customer avatar, for example. So it's really important to know your customer and create that customer avatar before you really even do any marketing, to be honest. And you need to clearly understand how your product can help them in the marketplace, solve the pain points and problems. This is very important, obviously, and actually, it has to actually solve the problem, or they're not going to stay long term. So That's why I like paid traffic, because you can really tweak your message and tweak your product and service. And what you're also going to see is when you study your competition, there's not always happy customers. So you're going to see what the happy customers are commenting and the unhappy customers are commenting, and you're going to see trends, and then you can exploit that and make your product much, much better by seeing what the competitors are already doing and then seeing what the unhappy customers are basically saying. Also, for your lead magnet especially, you need to offer something of value and kind of seen as premium content, or free trials. So sometimes you can just do the lead magnet. Sometimes you can do the free trial. I like doing both. That really drives home the sale for software especially. Also create a compelling landing page with one focus to collect their information. So just don't overthink the landing page right now, especially if you're just setting up a funnel. Something simple, straight to the point, one focus, just collect their information. Also, I'd highly suggest either a sales video or just having a really good sales page, really being clear on what your software does and the pain point it solves, right? And then even when they become customers, the other point, make sure you nurture them so they stay loyal, give them value, educate them a lot on how to use your software more. And then the last one is to really consistently split test your funnel once you have it set up. So it's easy to get lazy after your funnel's setting up and you're getting leads and making return your investment, but it's not going to work all the time. So you need to be constantly finding different pools of customers to market to, different angles, improving your sales page and your webinars, et cetera, et cetera. So that's really the whole presentation, really. But just let me know if you have any questions or what you kind of want to see next, and things like that, right? So target the unhappy customers with a solution to their current problems. Yes, basically everybody has problems and pain points, but they need something that speaks directly to them. So what I like doing too in very saturated markets is reverse engineering it. So everybody might be selling, a good example is everybody's selling online courses. They all teach the same stuff. And then after everyone's done the course, they're left with no results, or they're left frustrated and not learning something. So you can exploit that and basically say, hey, like target those peak pool of customers and say like, hey, are you tired of this, this, and this, and not getting results? You know, here's something to get you results, the software, right? So unhappy customers is good. It just gives you market feedback, right? So anytime people love complaining online, right? So it's basically just feedback and it's pain points you can poke at, right? And that's really what sells, and that's how they're going to listen. Is they're going to see, say, your first line in like their Facebook ad, and it's going to direct, basically the first line in your Facebook ad just calls out your audience. So it has to be some kind of pain point to stop in the newsfeed. So for software, say it could be like, are you having trouble selling your software? If you own a software and you have trouble selling it, you're going to stop and read my sales message, right? Because I know, once again, if you know the marketplace, you can speak to them and they're going to listen to you. What are your thoughts on Instagram ads for SaaS? I'm not a big fan of Instagram. It still works. What works good for Instagram is videos. I don't find images work the best. For Instagram, I find it has to be very personable, meaning a face behind the name. I find stock images don't work too well. But yeah, I always start off usually with Facebook ads just because the user's always on it, and that's kind of my traffic source. And then I start expanding into other traffic sources once I have a proven funnel, and I'm converting on the leads. So say I'm doing Facebook ads, I'll find more pools of customers, and I'll start playing with different traffic sources like Instagram, YouTube, Twitter ads, Google AdWords, right? But I mainly do Facebook ads right now, and it works for me really well. So because there's a lot of users on it and a lot of targeting options, so it's really nice. Say anything else, or any specific, I guess, business questions, or like I know everyone has a different business. Is there any kind of specific questions you have, like just for your business? I can answer them probably. It's midnight over here.
Jen, yes, there will be a replay of this. Yes. Bill, any advice for me as a realtor? Uh,
What were you trying to do? Sell houses, you said? Yeah. So I'm not kind of sure what kind of homes you sell, like high end, low end, and what your marketplace is like. But you want to do basically some Facebook ads with a lot of basically open houses. So even for my rental property, what I did is I knew in my marketplace what most landlords were doing, and what the pain points and problems were for the tenants. So what I did is with my advertisement, I basically called up my perfect ideal customer and said, "Hey, my rental property has this, and this, like the key points." And I turned away my not so ideal customer, like lower income people who couldn't afford my rental property. And then I took them to a squeeze page, got their information, and then got on the phone with them and scheduled a time for them to book a call. So if you're trying to sell a lot of homes, I'm not sure if you're just solo or if you kind of have a company. What you can do, two ways you can do it, is you generate a bunch of leads by giving them like a free PDF or a cheat sheet or something like that. And then what you do is you keep retargeting them with different listings you have. And then you send them through your email list too. So with realtors, you can build a big email list and kind of be the authority in your, I guess, city. And then once you build up this big list, you can retarget them with all your listings of your homes. You can hit them up with emails, etc. So that's kind of a longer term strategy for realtors, which most of them don't want to do because it's kind of expensive, I guess, off the story to build an email list. So what you can do too, trying to sell a specific home, is literally just put the home up on Facebook to sell. Usually a video ad works really well, or just a couple images where they can scroll. And obviously in real estate, there's an ideal customer for every house. It could be like, I don't know, a family with two who want to live in a quiet neighborhood and make over 50 grand a month. So then you speak to them in the advertisement, and all they do is basically click on your ad, get sent to a landing page, put their information in, and you just call and follow up with them, qualify them a bit, and go to meet up with them, I guess, essentially, to show them the house. So with real estate, once again, it really depends on the scale you're doing it at. If you're trying to sell one home, a bunch of homes, and kind of your longer term strategy in selling homes. So I'm not sure if you're selling to investors, families. I'm assuming you have some kind of niche. Once again, if the same strategies still apply, you're finding your perfect customer avatar and then marketing accordingly. So I know I'm kind of off tangent there. Were you looking for more, I guess, specific advice? When I explain something, I like to give it more or less like the fundamentals of what I'm thinking, because I know if I give someone direct advice, they're going to take it, and it's not going to work for the marketplace sometimes, right? How about dentists? Yeah, dentists, what works good for any kind of local business, what works good is giving something away for free for them to actually come into your business. And that's the hardest part of getting foot traffic to your business. So unlike online, I can give you a PDF or something like that. And I can actually keep following up with you through advertisements and stuff like that. And you're going to buy my product online anyway. With any kind of local business, it's getting them in the door. So for dentists, what works good is free teeth cleaning or free whitening. Those are really the two best offers for dentists. So it basically just be promoting that offer in your local area. So say you lived in Toronto. You target maybe 5 miles around that office, and the advertisement is going to be for a free teeth cleaning or a free exam. Take them to a squeeze page, put their information in, and then the secretary will call up and book an appointment for them to come in. Oh, how to reverse engineer competitors' Facebook ad strategy. Yeah. So to actually see their advertisements, what you have to do is go to all your competitors' websites, like all their Facebook pages, etc. And then I'm not sure if I can find the app. I'll see if I can, I'll see if I can post it in the group. I have this Chrome extension called Turbo Ad Finder, and it's something I use for Facebook. So once I like all my competitors' pages and things like that, what I'll do is go to my Facebook newsfeed and I turn on this Turbo Ads Finder, And basically what it does is it just shows me ads in my newsfeed. So now I can see like literally like I can just keep scrolling and see ads. And if you like your competitors' pages, what you're gonna do is you're gonna see all the advertisements and you can go through the funnels and stuff. And what you're gonna see is a lot of people just basically just take somebody's funnel of advertisement and copy and paste it because it works. So what you want to do is take that thing that works, and then by reverse engineering it, you kind of just call out what the customers are complaining about, essentially, right? So everyone might be running this advertisement for like, I don't know, like a BizOp or something like that, or like a software, and the software is missing something. And it's a big complaint for the whole industry, really, and that comes from your market research. So even with your Facebook ad, your first line could be like, tired of this problem with your software. And then that's going to speak directly to those people, and your ad's probably going to blow up. Does that make sense? Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah, so Jake, that's from Use Turbo, right? From Dominick. Is that the one?
Let me check.
Dominick Malzone, I think.
Yeah, I use that a lot. Considering most people here are probably just going to use Facebook ads, that's really the main tool you can use. There's other tools you can use to see what other traffic sources people are using, but I don't really recommend getting into that right now. Just because, once again, the marketing game can get pretty complex, right? You guys have any more questions or just specific, I guess, points you want me to talk about?
Yeah, for sure, Karthik. That's a good tool. I personally know Dominick, the guy behind this tool, and Use Turbo. So he's a good friend as well. And yeah, his products are really good. He's so passionate about what he does for Facebook ads. So
Oh, he has more products?
yeah, Use Turbo is his product. useturbo.com. That's his product.
Oh man, I love to see his other products because yeah, I love that. It actually helped me a lot.
Yeah.
So, another question. What's the point of offering sometimes a lot of software developers offer like free Chrome extensions and apps like that? What's the advantages of that opposed to, I guess, like how do they make the money off that? Are they just trying to build awareness for the app and stuff?
It's not about everything is not about like money making. Like this will give you a grand exposure for your brand. So basically, you put up a Chrome extension, yeah, which is like which is actually like a small nifty tool that will be helpful for you to run your business. And since you have been using this Chrome extension widely, now there's a high chance that you'll be wanting to know more about the creator, and you'll be looking at his other products. Since you are already impressed, the chances of you signing up for his other products are higher.
Yeah, it makes sense. I'm not sure on the developer side. I haven't actually made any softwares too much myself. To make a software like that, how long does that take you guys if you're a good developer?
I'm not sure I'm the right guy. Do you have any developers here?
Because yeah, I'm thinking like I know for the software stuff, I'm seeing what a lot of problems are for even growing a SaaS company is the developers obviously make the software and they make it super awesome, but then they're trying to market it and develop it at the same time, which can be very difficult, right? Like obviously once it's built, it's good, but then they're kind of like not sticking to their niche where they keep making the software better. They try to do the marketing, right? Which says, for me, for an example, I just do marketing and traffic. So now it's very easy for me to be basically amazing at that. I just keep partnering with people, right?
Oh, okay. Getting new clients and marketing is the most difficult. Okay, maybe yes, less, but once again, it depends because it is like a highly competitive industry, the services industry. So yeah, getting new clients is always like a bit difficult, especially for a service company. I mean, it applies for all the companies, but with a lot of development and marketing agencies, yes, it's a bit difficult.
Yeah, marketing. Well, getting clients for any business is always the hardest part, right? Because once again, there's anything where you're making money at, there's competition. So a lot of these companies, you see the very big companies, a lot of times the products aren't really that good. They're just good at marketing. So if you're really good at marketing, it's one of the keys to grow your business, right?
Right.
Yeah, especially what's good about SaaS too is it's very scalable. So once you have this funnel cracked for yourself, whatever your SaaS company is, and you keep improving it, you can keep scaling it. Like a good example of this is ClickFunnels. He only has a couple really funnels he uses, and he keeps scaling it up with YouTube ads, Facebook, and stuff like that. I think it's like $100 million company in 3 years that did that. So once you get these funnels ready to set up, you can keep scaling up. But the thing is too, is don't be scared to spend money on traffic to learn about how to make your software better, how to make your funnel better, and just get it converting. Because the more customers you get into your software, the better you can make it, and the more long-term customers you can have, right? And it gives you more data too. So if you only have 2 people in your software, it's hard to determine your lifetime value. Opposed to if you have like a couple thousand people, you can see the average of the lifetime value and say, okay, a customer is worth $500 to me. So those are my metrics. So I know how much to spend per lead, and how much my profit margins are. And then you can increase that by selling products on the back end, other softwares, information products, etc. Right?
Okay, guys, do you have any other questions, or we can just wind it up? And if you have any further questions regarding Facebook ads, I or Jake will be there in the group to answer your questions. I'll be publishing the replay of this webinar in the group as well, and we can take the questions offline. Does that sound good, Jake?
Yeah, it sounds awesome.
Yeah. Fantastic. Okay. So thanks for the session, Jake. That's very much appreciated. So thank you, guys. Thank you, everyone, for showing up. And yeah, for sure. And when someone was asking about like what is a good tool to go for to just get started with messenger marketing, I have been playing with ZoConvert ever since I have been friends with Umair, and they are rolling out like plenty of updates with ZoConvert. And with MiniChat, I'm not sure when the pricing may shoot up. So this is not I'm trying to sell something, but I would highly recommend ZoConvert for you guys to get started with, especially if you're like super new to messenger marketing. So I wouldn't recommend you to invest a lot into it. Maybe you can just buy a tool, start playing with it, and if you see some results, you can always go for you can upgrade or go for a tool that does a lot more things. Unless and until you're okay with having MiniChat branding in your messenger. Yeah, so that's all from my end. And thank you, Jake. Thanks for staying up and doing this session for us. Very much.
Hey, no problem. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Thank you, guys. Thanks for everyone for showing up. See you.
Thanks, guys.